You want to be gay. Just be gay happy. Don't do shit on the dick gay. That's not happy gay.
Ew. Look, Ramdas was gay.
Well, what do you mean, ew? You got shit on your dick.
You keep talking about.
He talking about getting his ass
Ramdas
rammed.
was gay. Ramdas was gay.
No, Ramdas was not gay. Ramdas was a metaphysician, a philosopher, a guru, a yogi. He was not gay.
God is unconditional love.
Why are you bullying, honey? Why are you bullying, honey? Why are you bullying Gay Phoenix? He's just trying to be gay.
He's bullying himself because I'm him and he's me.
Yeah, because we're the same, dude.
Are you guys living in a state of duality and I am just unaware of it because I'm in a state of non-duality?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm agnostic on that.
What do you think, Phoenix? Are you in a state of duality? Oh, guess who's back? The man who he thought that he was being disrespected. Time to re-roast Barth.
The all-knowing eye.
Oh, Barth, it must be exhausting. Barth, it must be exhausting having such a huge head on your shoulders that knows everything.
He is a Muslim. He took his shahada. He's just doing taqiyya.
Barth, you're Muslim? Faiza, are you a Muslim?
Oh, no, man.
I don't believe he's a fucking Muslim. I don't know if I believe anyone who claims to be a Muslim. I always think they're the ones that God's talking about in Surah 2, the fake ones.
Oh, that God is in control over everything. Ooh.
No, I don't think that. I'm just going off of what the Surah says, that he's well aware of all the fakers.
Barth, if you could...
Who's Ramdas?
Let me Google that for you, Moo. Have you heard of this thing called YouTube? Just look it up. Jeez. Barth, I got a question for Barth. Barth, if you could give yourself some advice 20 years ago, based off of all your Clubhouse learnings and educations and advanced research, what would you tell yourself?
End it now before it gets worse.
You mean to tell me that our bodies are in a perpetual state of decay?
Why wrote this in the audience?
Because Roybos is sitting there probably laughing maniacally at what he's listening to. But Roybos is also worthy of being roasted. So please, Roybos, don't deny us the ability to roast you as well. Come up here and be gay.
Hey, Moo, remember that Muslim on Tandem that we all suspected as gay? What's his name again?
Ooh, he's in the room. Noah? Noah, the guy that was saying that you're handsome?
Yeah, we should invite him. Phoenix,
Noah, you had the debate with him, and he was like, oh, yeah, you're looking real good, John. He kept, saying that.
Phoenix, I have something for you, buddy.
Listen, moderators, you are failing to administer the Soldiers of God test. I have to tell you, you're not in compliance with the test protocols or procedures anymore. Can we please, yes, hi, Faiza, welcome to the room. We are trying to administer the Soldiers of God test. Are you willing to be a participant?
Sure, okay.
Okay, answer question number 1. Is God a black woman?
No.
I'm sorry, but you failed the test.
What is God, Faiza?
Anything you want them to be.
Anything I want?
Anything you want them to do.
That's what God is anything I want him to be?
To me.
To you?
I'm not one to force religion.
Oh, no one's talking about force. Why are you jumping the gun here? Listen.
I'm sorry.
You're all tripping. So I just asked what is God? And you're like, well, to me. So is it true or is it just to you?
To me. Just to me.
Okay, so it's not a fact.
Mm-mm. That's my belief, just me.
And you're not a Muslim?
I am.
Oh, okay. Is your God the most just?
Well, with what my readings and my beliefs, I would say yes, just merciful, great.
Yeah, well, what else would we be relying on? Because I'm just asking you, right? So, of course, it's based on what you've heard and read.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Like, what else helps you determine what God is?
I guess a big part of it would be the environment that I was raised in. Would I say that I'm very religious? Like I'm a super religious Muslim? No. I believe that there is a God, but I also believe that my relationship with, whoever that, like God or higher power, whatever is between me and them, and I'll figure it out on Judgment Day, Day of Judgment.
You'll figure it out on when?
Day of Judgment.
What's that?
Well, according to what I've read in teachings, in Islam, Day of Judgment, there's a phrase that says, even if your mother is standing next to you, you would not recognize her, and that you will be judged based on your acts and your deeds. And what I've taken from that is to not spend too much time focusing on how other people move or what they believe or don't believe in, and just respect people's beliefs, non-beliefs.
Are you gonna, on Judgment Day, are you gonna get the good stuff, or do you think like you'll be judged in a way that makes you feel sad later, or how does that look?
I'm not perfect, so definitely I'll be judged for things I've said out of malice. Yeah, I mean, I'm not perfect.
Well, are you worried? Like, do you think that things are going to be unsavory for you?
Thing is, it's like I don't think too much about that. I'm more of a
so
whatever happens, whatever happens.
Important, probably. Right.
Sorry, say that again.
I was just saying that, like, because you mentioned it. The only reason I'm talking about is because you mentioned Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like it's that important.
To be honest, yes and no for me. Yes, because going off
for me too, or just you?
I know, but you're asking for my opinion.
Yeah, I just mean, but does it apply to me though? Like, do I have a day of judgment too?
Remember, he's very unstable, so be prepared for ridiculous questions.
Okay, it's just Clubhouse after all.
Yeah. Cheap.
Based on, I would say that based on what I was raised in my beliefs, that there's a day of, I don't know, judgment or reckoning, as some people call, for everyone. But I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, and for me, it's like my
who's judging?
Like with how I was raised, God.
Who's judging us though?
Allah, God.
Allah. Okay, and what is he judging us about? Just what we did instead?
Yeah, based on your acts and deeds.
Yeah, he's the most just, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll be the most fair as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it.
Well, would we be judged on our thoughts or just our actions?
Never thoughts, but beliefs and actions. But not thoughts.
Not thoughts.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
I'm asking for feelings.
You can have bad thoughts, but like it's not intend that, right? People can get ahead of themselves, get away from themselves, and think some things that they should. It's not. We don't get judged in our thoughts.
Are you, Rashid? Are you worried about the outcomes here?
Worried in what sense?
Like, are you concerned with the test and passing it and stuff?
What test are you talking about?
The Judgment Day that we've been talking about.
We're administering a test to find soldiers of God.
Yeah, so I mean, like, are you worried about the outcomes at all? Because FISA mentioned
worried. I'm
gonna
actually worried. There's two outcomes: hellfire and paradise.
Yeah, I just wanted to finish speaking really quick. I'm gonna make this really fast. If you didn't interrupt, I would not to do this. FISA brought up a Judgment Day.
It's like a whiner.
FISA brought up a Judgment Day, and I just kind of wanted clarification on it, and then it seemed like she wasn't really that. She's like, well, I don't really think about that stuff. So she's not really worried about the judgment. Are you?
Again, I don't know what you mean by worried about it.
Well, are you going to be judged favorably?
I don't understand your question.
Oh, okay. Well, if you don't understand it, maybe I just don't understand what you guys are talking about.
Well, you were talking to her, so.
No, I think he was trying to say that you sound emotionally invested in Pfizer's response, technically.
Are you a Zionist?
No, I'm a K word. Do you like the J word?
What's a K word? I don't know what that is.
Do you know that you are technically in a dinner for schmucks environment where we are roasting theists and atheists?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. Well, do you want to just clarify about the judgment? Like, how does that work? What's going on there?
Yeah, ask a better question. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not being rude. I just don't.
Well, is there a judgment day? Yes or no?
Yes.
Does it apply to me? Yes or no? Or you're not sure?
Of course it applies to you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So how does that look for you? Are you doing better than me, you think?
How would I know that? I don't know your life.
Okay, so you don't even know how you're doing. Okay.
No, I don't know if I'm better than you. Why would you change the question?
Well, I'm an atheist.
Wait, that's so weird.
I'm an atheist, dude.
You changed the question after I answered it.
Well, wait. How would look? If I was a Muslim, I'd go, hell yeah.
It was so smooth too. Okay, like you're gonna say, okay,
I'll just meet up on Sunday.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you changed the question after I answered it, and you thought I was going to be like, oh, I guess I said something I didn't say.
Wait, which one is it? Are you doing better than me as a Muslim or not?
I don't know your personal life. I can't claim I'm better than anybody.
Okay.
Are you not a Muslim?
No.
So you don't believe that you're supposed to worship your creator alone without any partners?
I have no idea what you just asked me. What? Without any partners? What?
Someone says, I worship Jesus. It's like, okay, well, Jesus didn't create you. So they're worshiping a partner alongside their creator. How many do you worship?
No, I don't think gods really exist at all. So.
What is a god to you?
Wait, can you actually, honey, before you answer that, Rashid, can you maybe tell us and give us your understanding of the word God? Can you explain the concept to us, please?
I don't believe it's a universal word. It really does depend on the person. So I would say perfect creator in all attributes.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
I mean, okay, so your creator is imperfect?
No, I don't believe in a creator like that, like you do.
Oh, do you believe you exist?
Yeah.
Were you always here?
No.
Ding ding.
Ding-a-ling.
Yeah, what are you trying to imply by the ding ding, Rashid?
Yeah, I don't really get it.
I mean, either he was always here or he wasn't. He knows he wasn't always here, and he was honest about it. So then, God of the gaps, as they say.
You're giving me a reward for being honest?
I'm just mentioning it. It's okay. Don't get excited.
No, I'm not excited. I'm actually just kind of stalled right now because, okay, let me just ask you again. How do you think you're going to do on Judgment Day?
I don't know the future, bro.
Okay, so you just don't even know. Let's say you don't think you're doing any better as a Muslim than me as an atheist. Okay.
Well, if you're an actual, again, wait, do you practice this? Like changing the question?
I just made a claim.
Oh, after my answer, you implied that my answer implied that?
Do you
I don't care about your claim.
Wait, honey, let me reframe this. Rashid, you're in a car right now, correct?
Yes.
You didn't actually build that car with your hands, correct?
I did not, sir.
So how can you prove that that's even a car?
Because I have a brain.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm absolutely certain that I have a brain.
I'm not certain that you have a brain.
Listen, I mean, Rashid, again, we are roasting theists and atheists in another room right now live called Low IQ Dumb People Talking About Nothing, Wasting Time. Can you please tell us again what God means? Give us the concept definition. Thank you.
So you forgot what I said already? Just so I'm clear on your capacity for short-term memory.
Yes, I do have a TBI. If you could recite your hypothesis about God, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't have a hypothesis. So again, when we talk about the word God, especially in English, a lot of people just define it differently. You have to ask the person you're talking to. So obviously, when I tell you who my God is, that doesn't automatically mean that that's what you think
What makes
God
it,
means.
when you say my, like, why do you have ownership over God?
Do I own my mom?
No, but you could say my car, right? Like you are in possession of the car.
So wait. So English isn't your first language then?
I'm not bringing up your mama. I'm talking about when you say my God. What makes it
Let's
exclusively?
try that again. You sound over 30, so let's try that again.
Did my God, Rashid?
Do I own my mom?
Rashid, it doesn't matter. Is it my God too?
Oh, when he says something dumb, it doesn't matter? Well, how's that supposed to work?
It doesn't exactly. It doesn't
How
matter.
about we wait for him to finish realizing
This
that
is
he
a
said something to you?
You
self-roast.
think he got him in a gotcha?
This is a self-roast, Rashid.
It's not a gotcha. He thought he had a gotcha. So I'm just
Rashid,
trying to
I don't
make
think you
this
understand.
make
I
sense.
got nothing. Rashid, I got nothing to lose here. I'm here to roast myself, to roast other people, and in the process, cause a lot of chaos. I don't really care if I embarrass myself, insult myself. Well, the devil. Can you prove to me the devil exists?
You just admitted it. You're a devil. So
I'm a devil. Is that called anthropomorphism? Are you technically projecting? Are you projecting, really? Are you projecting? Do you know what projection is? Do you feel like you ever project?
I feel like he does. Look, Rashid, it's very simple. All I did is ask you a simple question, and then you're still stuck on your God and if it applies to how I think of God. Like, what is this, dude? Are you a Muslim, or are you just like some weird, like metaphysicist? What is this? All right, another one. Just doesn't even know what the hell they're talking about. It's so weird.
Were you always an atheist, by the way?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Were you always an atheist?
Probably, yeah.
So you don't know?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I can't really tell you about my mental states and psychology before my prefrontal cortex was fully developed, and I was like in a Christian environment because that just happened to be where I was born.
Oh, you were Christian. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I was Christian. Yeah, because I was Christian. Yeah, I was Christian, dude.
That took a long. Okay, so
yeah, I was born a Christian.
No, you weren't. I mean, I don't say that you were born a Christian.
Oh yeah,
But
no, I was a Christian. Yeah, I was totally.
Yeah. So did that religion make sense to you?
Rashid, can you maybe not do the Q&A and just state your facts and then maybe make a prediction or like a hypothesis or something? Show us experiments. I don't know. The question line, it's not what we're going for here. We're trying to roast. And I know you're trying to roast Honey, but the fact of the matter is we have to move on and administer the test to other soldiers. You have been essentially denied acceptance. You failed the test. So, Roivas, are you prepared to take the Soldier of God test?
If only you were a mod. So, Honey Badger, again, did you think that your religion made sense when you were a Christian? Yeah. What was nonsensical about it?
Most of it.
Like, what's like a core factor?
That God is invisible and had a kid that died so that he could like you more later on?
Yeah, that's complete nonsense, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So then, when you...
But that's just Christianity, right? The God concept itself is in itself untenable too, yeah.
Well, that was my question. Like, within Christianity, the thing that's unique to Christianity, because you could have become a Jew, right? Like, you could have left Christianity and become a Jew, right?
Yeah, I could have left and gone and been duped in some other cult.
Wait, Rashid, I got a question for you, Rashid. I mean, was Muhammad a pedophile, and was he a terrorist, and was he gay?
And so, like, the thing that was unique to Christianity that didn't make sense, you obviously didn't transfer that onto other religions, right? You still possibly held some type of standard for the other faiths that were out there, and they probably just didn't meet that standard for you.
Standardization of faith? You didn't answer the question. Was he a pedophile? Was he a terrorist? And was he gay? Was he trans?
And eventually, you settle on atheism because there's something that's, I guess, universal about all religions.
Why do you
think
ask the question?
Is nonsensical?
that.
So what is that?
Maybe
It's not
it's gonna
sexual
take.
origins.
I'm not a mod, honey. You know he's right. He is accurate. I am not a mod. So maybe you could reprocess the message to Rashid. Thanks, honey.
Well, I just don't understand why you don't just answer. Like, if it's clear and you have faith and you follow this stuff, why don't you just answer directly and move on?
Wait, are you talking about me responding to him? I called him a devil already. I'm not talking to him.
Oh, so because you didn't like the question, he's the devil? That's weird.
No, because of how he was acting. Did you forget already?
Well, that's what I just said. Because of what he asked you, right?
No. Those are two different separate things.
Oh, okay. So if I ask you the same question,
Behavior. You can ask a valid question and have
was in fact Muhammad a pedophile? Yes or no?
Wait, that's what you want to talk about?
Well, this is the unanswered question so far that we've asked you.
Oh, you mean his questions?
Yeah, it was the first one. You said it was the way he was acting, not what he.
No. Before he asked that question, I told him I'm not talking to him. Do you remember how he was acting?
How was he acting? No, I don't remember.
He said, I'm here to cause chaos and roast myself. I'm not taking someone like that seriously.
No. This is a self roast because you implied that I was roasting myself, but we're here to roast you. The point is, you can't answer the question. Was Muhammad a pedophile, a rapist, a terrorist, or was he gay?
So you remember that, right? That he said, I'm here to cause chaos, and I'm here to roast myself. You remember when he said that?
This is chaotic, I must admit.
Yeah, this is easy. Rashid, it doesn't really matter. I mean, like, look, you don't have to directly engage with him.
That's my point.
That is your point, because you said I will not engage with him because he's the devil, because you said he's here to elicit chaos. Like you already set your boundaries, and that's what you said. So you won't know with him. Right, we got it.
Right.
Okay, great. Okay, so yeah, Faiza, when we talk, because Rashid doesn't want to answer about judgment. Do you think you're gonna do like pretty good in judgment, like better than?
Nobody can tell you answers about the future, bro. Nobody can tell you that.
Wait, why are you talking?
Because I want to.
Okay, well, you can just go here. You're more than welcome to come back up whenever you're ready to be an adult. Faiza, you mentioned the judgment that I wanted clarification on, and then I asked him about it, and he says he has no idea how he's doing compared to an atheist like me, which is strange. And then he even doubled down right now when I re-asked you. He had you butt in, double down, and say no one. So he's speaking for you now. No one knows the future. Now, if I was a Muslim, to be honest with you, and someone asked me, hey, do you think you're going to do pretty favorably on Judgment Day compared to a dirty atheist? I'd say, fuck yeah. Right? It wouldn't be a big deal to just say that. But for some reason, this guy doesn't know about the future and doesn't think that you can answer this question. Why is that?
So I personally don't believe, and nor am I for that take of just because I'm Muslim that I'm going to do better than you because you were an atheist. And this just goes back to like what I said about Judgment Day on Judgment Day. It's between you and whatever high power. And that's why I also said my relationship with, God, Allah is between me and them. So I am not for the going around that because I'm Muslim that I'm better than a Christian or a Jew or an atheist. No, I don't.
Look, I didn't necessarily ask you to like psychoanalyze me or judge my character necessarily. It's just the fact. No, I'm saying like you don't even go that far. Like you can judge this situation. If I were a Christian and an atheist who blasphemed God asked me the same question, I would say, yes, I'm going to do better than you at the pearly gates, right? Like, this isn't difficult. This is the whole game, right? You guys talk like this as if there's a payoff for your behaviors, and I ask you a very simple question, and it's like the most avoidant tactics ever. It's why.
The direct response is I would not say that. That's funny. I mean, maybe Rashid would, or I've heard other Muslims think like that. But for me personally, I would never. That's not something I would ever say.
Okay, so then you couldn't say there's actually a value inherent to this proposition of Islam, correct?
For them, they see it as a.
No, you. What's the value?
Oh, sorry.
What's the value?
I see no value in it.
There's no value in Islam.
As in saying that, wait, are you asking about religion or saying that just because I'm Muslim, I'm doing better than you?
Okay. Wow. I feel like I'm being clear and concise. I don't know what's going on here.
No.
Is there something that you're going to gain because you're a Muslim?
Or no, for me, no.
Okay. Excellent. See, this is interesting stuff. I mean, this is really amazing. I did not expect some of these conversations to go this direction and end up like this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty. I mean, it's funny. It seems like a lot of people that are Christian or Muslim come out of the gates making these claims about how there's, this benefit, and you're just willing to say, no, there's no benefit to being a Muslim over being a Hindu or a Christian or an atheist. That's good.
See, honey, I think what maybe you are aware of, or maybe you're not aware, but let me ask you a question. Do you think that if this is a roast, do you think you're technically also roasting yourself because the room isn't even on record? I mean, there's no record even being made. Like, what's the point? What is the point? What is the point of listening to Motown if you're not going to produce Motown, if you're not going to create? Are you truly creating now?
You're my audio director.
Well, I am publishing this on many platforms, on many cell phones, so I've got your back, honey badger.
Here's the thing. You're hired. Today's your first day. It's your second month.
Oh man, Phoenix left. I was gonna say Faiza said that she doesn't think there's a benefit to being Muslim, but I was gonna argue to Phoenix that there's actually a disadvantage for him, but he left. We'll see if he comes back later. All jokes aside and all roasting aside, I do feel bad for Phoenix.
Why?
What happened to Freeman?
Because he's a Muslim and he's gay. He can't. The poor guy is depressed.
Dude, the guy can't bust a nut with another man. I mean, give me a break. If he wants to be gay, he can go suck a dick. Like, what do you feel bad about him for?
He's in conflict with his beliefs, and I know because
he ain't in conflict. He's just gay.
There are a lot of gay Muslims. I mean, I'm from the Middle East as well. They're just on the DL, or they have lavender marriage.
What's a lavender marriage?
They take a lick. They don't take a suck.
Two gay people getting married, so like gay man, lesbian woman, to avoid any rumors or whatnot in the family, because culturally it's like when you're not married at a certain age as a man, people start assuming that something's wrong with you or you're gay.
Wait. Two lesbians marrying a man?
No, sorry. So it's a man and a woman. The man is gay and the woman is lesbian. Lavender marriage.
How the hell does that work?
I mean, it happens. It happens. The family just doesn't know. It's just basically like how you set it up. Because in the Gulf, how marriages, it's all about connections, and so it's basically how you set it up and make it seem like you don't actually know each other. It's a long process. But
Does your religion say anything about what God feels about gay stuff?
For me?
No, for me. Like if I were to ask, see, you always say for me, right? So you're just telling us that you have your own intimate idea about how God thinks and like what your books actually say. I want to know like what the actual rules are. Like if I were to ask the best Muslim with the beard, what's going on with gay stuff, what would he say?
He would say that you would be stoned by the devil, like stoned like the devil, stoned to death.
Stoned to death, devil.
Like the devil.
The devil stoned to death?
In Mecca, and for the pilgrimage, there's an area where they throw stones, and it's a depict where the devil is, and so it would tell you be stoned.
So
Wait, sorry, I didn't hear you clearly. Let me, sorry, what did you say?
Sorry, is the devil dead?
I don't know.
Wait, I thought you said he was stoned. Wait, so what does the story say, that he was stoned to death? What?
No, so when you said like there's religious beard and everything, and if you told him that you were gay, he would tell you that you deserve to be stoned to death.
Right, but you said like the devil.
Like the devil, because
The devil was stoned to death, right?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Okay, so the devil is dead.
I don't know.
Wait, I thought you just said he was stoned to death.
No, but I'm saying that's what the phrase comes from. The saying comes from.
Okay, okay, look.
Oh.
Is the devil stoned to death or not?
In Makkah?
I don't know. You're the one telling me all these ideas.
I also said that I was super. Yes.
Do you know anything about this stuff?
There's a saying that says stoned to death like the devil is what you're saying.
Yes, Paco.
And where does that saying come from?
Quran.
Is there a story in the Quran about this?
I haven't read the book in a while. I have to look it up. I also said I'm not.
So you're like more like a cultural Muslim than like a Muslim.
Is that Fat Tony?
I used to be a Muslim.
No, I don't think you were. It doesn't sound like you were because you don't really know the Quran.
I said it's been a while. I'm not as religious as before.
Okay, so you're kind of losing interest in the religion.
I have my faith. I'm just not big on when.
What makes it your faith, though, when you say it's my faith? I mean, it's a book. Like, you don't have the fucking book.
The original or a copy?
No, meaning if you're not up to date on it. You're not reading it anymore. So, you're just kind of half in, half out.
Yeah, but I can still have, with being half in, half out, I can still have faith.
Got it. Which is the act of letting go, which really means not having what you think you have.
Yeah, you're losing interest in the religion.
Not fully.
Right, but enough to say, well, I don't really know. My belief, my faith, my belief, I don't really know what it says. Like, that sounds like you're just kind of on your way out. You don't really care about it that much.
But you did start with asking about my opinion.
Right, well, I asked you first because you're the one who mentioned judgment today, right? Like, you mentioned a judgment as if that was something to consider. But then when I asked you about it, you were like, well, I don't really think about that stuff.
Oh, you asked me if I'm worried or if I would be...
Yeah, are you worried about the outcomes of the judgment or not? Is it important? Do I need to care about it? Like, what is this?
I'm not. I just hope everyone's treated fairly and unfairly.
See, but you're just telling me about you. I want to know what's going on in reality, because Allah is real, right? He has some judgments coming, so I want to know what's going on.
But then I'm not the one for the case.
Because you were never a real Muslim. That's why you're not in it now.
I mean, if that's how you want to classify it.
Well, it tells us about it in Surah 2, right? You know, the opening of Surah 2 is pretty clear about the fake Muslims.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure that's fair. I mean, people are in different stages. I was in different stages throughout my life. So maybe she's going through a phase. I'm not, and I'm only saying this because I've been there. I'm not saying that she's going to end up where I end up, but she's definitely, I think, going through a phase.
Well, you're projecting, Paco.
I kind of understand being that I was in that position before, so I'm trying to empathize with her.
Don't you know the famous Paco song? It goes, my name is Paco. I work on Rancho. I make $5 a day. I give it to Lucy. She give me pussy. She take my $5 away. Ole!
Yeah, first time hearing that song. But anyway, Faiza, I'm curious, just a question. Do you happen to have any friends who are gay?
Yeah, a lot of them.
How do you feel about, are they Muslim?
Yeah, because I was born and raised in the Middle East.
So how do you feel about them and like the religion, and then, there being day of judgment? Like, how do you feel? Or I guess a better question would be, do you think that they chose to live that lifestyle, or is it something outside of their control?
No, the day of judgment is when you wipe shit off of your dick with a baby wipe.
Respond?
Yeah. Question's time.
Wait, just please repeat the last bit again. Sorry, it's late in Paris and I'm a little tired. Just repeat the last bit again.
Just a very question.
We're trying to roast gay people, atheists, and theists.
Well, I get that wisdom. I'm trying to have a conversation here because this is important. How do you feel about that, Faiza?
About gay Muslims?
Do you think they're gay by choice or it's something out of their control?
I would say out of their control.
Okay, so how do you feel about the fact that because they're Muslim and they adhere to this religion, that they have to spend the rest of their lives kind of hiding away from a part of themselves in order to be in favor with Allah?
I think I don't agree with them having to hide parts of themselves because
they're not hiding parts of themselves, they're hiding their orgasm with another man or a woman.
Go ahead, Faiza.
I don't agree with them having to hide who they are because I've come across quote unquote so-called religious Muslims
Heretic.
who are also hypocrites and have done and moved in ways that is not quote unquote pious. So yeah.
So is this like maybe doubts that you might be having? Is that why you kind of strayed away from being like quote unquote a real Muslim?
Are you projecting, Paco?
No, I'm asking. I'm comparing my state of mind at that time with theirs right now.
I would say yes because I was very close to religion growing up, reading the Quran, praying, everything, and it was more so the most those that identified or self-identified as the most religious and so on that were more hypocritical and had me question a lot of things. And whenever I would ask questions, it was a complete shutdown. So I took a break. I wouldn't say that I stopped believing but like I just started questioning and asking questions. And then just found people that were aligned with how I viewed Islam as a way of life.
I hate to interrupt here, but Faiza, are you happy? Paco, are you happy?
Oh, I mean, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm asking her. Whenever I was in that phase, I couldn't say that I was. But I understand, I guess I could say where she is right now. But
I'm so confused. What is the phase?
Don't stop asking.
What is the phase?
Stop asking her. Wisdom, were you always atheist?
No, I'm asking you a question. What is the phase that you're referring
I'm trying to explain it to you. Were you always atheist?
No, I was always right now, primarily. NOW, do you know what that is, eternally?
No.
You haven't heard about the eternal now?
So my question, were you at some point religious or were you always atheist?
I'm always now. What are you right now?
I'm asking you a question because I'm trying to answer.
I'm replying with the word NOW. Do you know how to spell the word NOW? Now? Have you heard of it?
Yes, I understand now, but my question still stands.
English isn't your first language, is it, Paco?
Were you always atheist or were you at any point religious?
No, I was always now, just like you are right now. Don't you get it?
Okay,
it's called now. It's another word for the word now.
People who were at some point religious did not just wake up one day and decide to be atheist. It's a process.
You keep going back to this
That's why-
processes that
That's
you
why
keep
I mean
referring
about
to.
the stages.
What are the steps of the
That's what I'm
stages
talking
of the
about.
process? That's what I'm talking about. How do we get back to now? I don't know. I don't know if you know who you communicating with, but I am a self-actualization hypnotist, therapist, and comedian. I'm sorry if I can't reply to you in the way that you desire right now.
Sure. But anyways, Faisal, what I was saying, I think you should keep asking harder questions. If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
I would be one with all. I'd ask for all the condiments.
Hey, I got a point. So, Faiza, when you said that you had questions and people would shut down, I think that's interesting because basically you were doubting and you doubt. You don't accept something. That's why you have these questions and you're getting shut down. And it's not sufficient for you, right? And here we are listening to you say, yeah, well, I don't really read the Quran anymore. Well, for me, as if you have this special way of dealing with Islam. Sounds like you're just not a Muslim.
No, I don't have a special way of dealing with it. Like I said, my relationship with God is between me and them. So,
Them? Is that the new pronoun for God?
Because if I said he, you would have said something. If I said she, well, I feel that right.
You mean you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't?
There we go.
Well, that's right. That's really what's happening here. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Well, Faiza, does it have a gender?
I say no.
Right, no. So, okay, does it have,
Wait, why doesn't God have a gender?
wait, hold on really quick. How do you know God is there? What distinguishes your God from nothing or anything else?
Because I still have my faith from what I learned and what I taught and the beliefs. It's still a lot of it is still ingrained in me. I don't know if that makes sense.
But
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's what Paco was getting at with you. Like you and Paco have a lot of overlap, you know?
But how do you have faith? I mean, what is faith? It's like a negative.
Right. Sorry, Wisdom. Please reducing the volume.
Sorry, I have to project because I'm trying to get an overlay onto other platforms as I reproduce the show about stupid, dumb, low IQ people talking about nothing, wasting time. The ultimate roast. Thank you for participating. And is anyone else interested in taking the test to find out who is a soldier of God?
Wisdom, is this on YouTube? And can I get the link? Or
Just search for God and you will find the truth that you are looking for.
okay.
That's a no.
Again, I'm a self-actualization hypnotist, comedian, therapist. And if you're looking for the truth of the earth without having to know the math, I might be able to help get you there. Shawnito, are you prepared to take the test to find out if you're worthy to be a soldier of God?
Just tell me what I gotta do.
Can you please define the term God?
God is a dog because it's spelled backwards.
Excellent. You may have the workings of a true Kabbalist. Congratulations. When did you decide to start cutting your hair like that, Shawnito? Which nervous breakdown was it? The second one or the third one?
I didn't cut my hair like this. This is a bird. I got caught in the fire.
Well, Shawnito, thank you for participating in the test. You have passed. Excellent work. It's a little bit like the never-ending story, Atreyu trying to get in between those sphinxes that could shoot lasers and disintegrate you. That was an incredible move, Shawnito. You have saved Eternia. Now you just must say the magic word, Treyu. What is that magic word, Shawnito? What was that exactly, Shawnito? Can you maybe do it again so we can decipher the hidden message in the secret word?
Just sniff your microphone. It'll tell you.
You kind of sound like that guy Bob who goes in the Christian rooms. That's funny. We've had Muslims, and Faiza is the most honest. Rashid, I think, was one of the worst theists. Very avoidant, confrontational and brash, but very avoidant. And then had a couple Christian guys. Some guys I found in the Aspect Christian room. They came over. One of them wouldn't even speak. The other one just said gibberish.
Do I get points for being most honest?
I think you get like close to passing the test. Yeah, I think you are a soldier of God.
I'll take that participation medal. Thank you.
That's incredible. I mean, from the very beginning, the first question was, is a black woman God? You know, you said no, correct?
Yeah, I said no.
But in the end, right now, you are actually closest to God, and that makes you a soldier of God. Mazel tov and l'chaim. So what are you going to do with your new certificate, Faiza? What are you planning on changing in your life now that you've been confirmed?
I'm going to pick out a nice frame for it and put it by my desk.
Are you going to go to the dollar store or Walmart to get that frame, or is there a Target in your area?
IKEA.
Excellent. Well, we'll be sending you your Soldier of God certificate in the mail. It'll be postmarked by tomorrow. You can expect to get it by next Monday. Thank you so much for participating, Faiza.
Thank you.
All right, Benji, you got to call some of them in.
I'm picking up.
All right.
So again, honey, I encourage you to film these segments, these sessions, these seminars, you may call them. You know, you're doing the work of God, and you're an atheist, and you don't even know it.
Well, that's part of the contention. I try to tell them, you know, I have more faith, and I feel like I'm not as bad of a person as they make themselves out to be. So I guess I'll be in heaven, and there's always an argument there to be had, you know. So.
But isn't heaven always now?
Yeah, I would think that whatever heaven would be whatever I want, to be honest, and I don't know.
But aren't you doing that right now?
Yeah, I think so.
So heaven is now.
Yeah, I think it's the only place it could be.
Isn't it kind of hilarious that, you know, in heaven, you just troll theists and troll yourself, aka atheists?
Well, I mean, it's part of it. Yeah, it's definitely a slice of the pie, for sure. Just shows my humanity, you know, and how social I am.
But are you really being political?
No.
Would you be aware of it if you were?
Probably not.
So do you think what you're doing is technically one-upping?
No.
Is it technically roasting?
Possibly.
Well, how do you know definitively whether or not it's a roast?
I don't.
Is that what makes it a roast? A good roast?
Maybe.
Interesting. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming to the self-roast. The Self-Roast of Theists and Atheists and the Soldiers of God Test. This has been a YouTube live stream across over 10 different accounts. We've had over 5,000 people join in. We've had a whole onslaught of anti-Semitic hatred, a lot of J word, Z word, K word. We've had a whole lot of disgruntled people who are not happy with themselves. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here right now screaming into their cell phone, taking the soldier's test of God. That's right. We are here to prove to yourself that you are your own greatest enemy, and that it's not the people on Clown House that are making fun of you. Thank you for coming yet again to another world-famous Honey Badger Room. God bless, and good luck.
Wisdom, is it okay if I quote that?
Do whatever you want. You are a soldier of God.
Yeah, because that.
Yeah, you deserved it, Faiza.
That last piece was wonderful. You are your own enemy, not Clown House. Thank you.
See, it's that easy.
I like to help reverse engineer schmucks and let them look straight into the mirror and say, fuck, what am I doing? Some people may say it's like staring into the abyss and realizing that you are at a dinner for schmucks and you are one of those schmucks. You're the patsy. You're the one at the table who can't figure out that you're going to keep losing. You're the sucker.
What's interesting is, like, I find the religious people show up pretty early, you know, and then they just kind of fizzle out, and you just get, like, these conversion on the fencers / reasonable ex-religious people, you know?
Well, on the path to truth, there's many barbecues. Just hope they have coleslaw.
And then every once in a while you get a rabbi.
Well, Caleb could come up here and he'll give you a good run for your money. I promise you that.
Yeah, Caleb, he just reminds me of someone that I play in tennis. Not like I'm even a tennis player. He just reminds me of that. I don't know what it is.
Well, that's the yin to the yang aspect. That's the balance of the tennis court.
Yeah, I used to play a lot more tennis. And then, other things come around. But he just seems like someone who would be wearing wristbands or something, too. And then...
You're not a fan of Ben Stiller?
I am, yeah. Ben Stiller's great.
Just think of Caleb as your local Ben Stiller. I mean, he likes pickleball, you like tennis. Together, you can smash.
It's interesting how, like, the older the Abrahamic is, the more atheists you find.
What was that?
Like, the older the Abrahamic religion, the more atheists seem to emerge. Like, Islam is like, oh, no, never. But then you got rabbis going, yeah,
Yeah, but that's because the wisdom tells them that silence is the secret. I mean, I've briefly read some Quran, but if you read Rumi, you'll get the real Quran. You'll get the esoteric extract, the compress, the compression. You'll get the real essence of the spirit. And so that's like weightless. That weighs nothing. And, the Quran is kind of heavy. So if you go to the more esoteric Sufi mystic, Rumi, you'll probably get a better grasp or understanding of Islamic, esoteric philosophy, that perspective, which really is essentially the same perspective of all world religion esoteric extracts.
What about Khalil Gibran? And I know it's a Sufi writer. I've only read The Prophet. Is there anything else?
Yeah, same thing with him. All the Sufi stuff is essentially Gnosticism or Hermeticism, which is really what Orthodox Judaism is, which is just Greek, Neoplatonic, Hermetic wisdom and philosophy. Union with God or duality.
It's amazing, right? I think The Prophet's great.
And I don't even know if that's the original language. I don't like whatever. I like it.
I mean, I think it's just poetry and it's positive neurolinguistic programming. So people who don't enjoy poetry, I think they're generally unhappy people. I mean, I've met unhappy people that know Rumi, but yet they're still happy because they know Rumi. Because that NLP, that wisdom, that book is that powerful to the human psyche. It's about, love, joy, happiness, you know, knowing that you are with the spirit and that, you can face any challenge or, overcome any hurdle. It's what you might call faith.
It's almost like where the sidewalk ends,
Well, Alan Watts says it's like, walking a couple feet off the ground. I mean, it's a joke basically because I just think, if you are an atheist or agnostic, it's still a useful tool for programming yourself because everything else sucks. Just take a survey, go on this app, listen to what you listen to. It's fucking garbage. So if it's garbage here, I mean, a lot of shit elsewhere is also garbage. So it's up to you to utilize this amazing thing called a book. Many people here have forgotten what a book is.
Yeah, like the giving tree, right? Like that's a great hypnosis,
I mean, you are technically a computer. You're a cell phone, and a book is an app that you can put on your cell phone. It's called you. If people are unwilling to utilize books to propel them to satisfaction and health and love, I mean, maybe The Giving Tree is a bad book. I don't know which. Is that the Jabrani one?
No, it's just Shel Silverstein. That's what I was saying. Like where the sidewalk ends has a lot of it's poetry, dude. The prophet is poetry. Be Here Now is poetry. The Quran is heavy poetry, right? Like we were saying, it's just I don't know, man. It's like endless. It's endless what I can look into and be hypnotized by, right?
Yeah, I mean, it does come down to what you choose to want to be hypnotized by. I mean, if you even have that level of awareness of choice, I mean, if that's what free will is, I would rather have a big library than a small one. I would rather have a cornucopia than a fucking microwavable meal. It's just a question of, I guess, what is your will to acquire what you want? But if you want to enhance your will, I think you need more books. There's no other way to really improve your will other than through knowledge and information.
Yeah, and then like music is the interesting one for me because you can emote, right, and be moved to emotion with no words, right? There's no fucking words in some music that can get you to emote, and that's crazy shit to me.
Well, I think it's crazy that people just come to a social audio chat app and make excuses or say that it's not fully enveloping. I mean, it totally takes your attention. And many people will say, I am doing things while I'm listening. I am being productive. No, most people here are not being productive because they're engaged and focused listening to what they're fucking listening to. So you might as well choose an audiobook or some other programming which is much, much higher value. Technically, this is a dehypnosis room if you film it and play it back. It's like reverse engineering Dinner for Schmucks. I mean, you are filming Dinner for Schmucks. So I think it's useful if you create a library or a content to create contentment for people that suffer from, abusing themselves. Because in many ways, what a lot of theists and atheists are doing to themselves is sadomasochistic. They're wasting their fucking lives on stupid bullshit communication. And I am capturing it, hoping to rebottle it and sell it to Netflix for the 2025 fall lineup, starring Honey Badger, Paco, and Ron.
They're wasting their time how?
By asking questions. Didn't you know that's the source of all stupidity, is sitting there asking questions all day long? Ooh, Roland is here. That's the guy from The Wire.
What's up?
What's going on, big dog? How's it hanging?
Chilling, man. Just not out of work, so it's good.
Nice. Where are you going to set up for the night?
Just probably go home and play some fucking video games, do some edibles, hang out with my fiance. Average night.
Oh, that sounds boring.
I suppose. I like boring sometimes.
Just getting high? I mean, do you even fuck, or do you just sit there and play video games and complain?
I've got this corner in our apartment that I use. It's like a nice wooden floor. I just jerk off in a corner.
Gosh, damn, that's brutal. What game are you going to play at least?
I just told you, man. I'm going to jerk off in a corner.
No, what's the video game you play?
I'm going to probably play some Path of Exile too.
Path of Exile 2. That's what grown men do nowadays. They come on Clown House, talk about how they jerk off in the corner, go home and play Path of Exile 2. While stoned on edibles, talking to the girlfriend in the kitchen while she's on her phone looking at other cock meat sandwiches on her cell phone.
Presumably, yes.
That sounds like rejection to me.
No, it's not. I'm just repeating what Roland said. Roland, welcome to the Soldiers of God test. We hope you will be a participant as we administer this self-examination. If you could please help us define the word God.
I don't define it. I don't have it. I just go with whatever anybody tells me they define it as.
So you're just like, whatever. Everything, some things, nothing, doesn't matter. Going home, got off of work, got to jerk off in the corner and play Path of Exiles too.
No, it's not like that. It's just that, like, I don't believe in God, so it's going to be a different definition depending on who I'm talking to, right? If someone's a Muslim, it's going to be Allah. If someone's a Hindu, it's going to be multiple gods. So it's
Wait a minute. Hold it up. You just said you're an atheist?
Yes.
You don't believe in God?
I do not.
Amazing. Well, then this is a perfect room for you. I think you're really going to like the roast. Welcome to your roast.
It's been pretty funny, Roland, dude. Listening to him frame it like this when religious people come on stage and roast themselves is fucking hilarious, dude.
It's technically the same show. That's what atheists don't realize. The word atheist, you're talking about you're a theist, or you see what I'm saying, Roland? Atheist. What's the fucking difference?
I'm a theist, dude. Yeah. I'll take it. Look, if that's all it takes, dude, I'm a theist. And you know what? I'll even go further. I think I'm God. I think I'm the God.
Honey, so the other day, I've got these friends, right? And they keep doing these dumb jokes that have really been, like, pissing me off, right? It's the same joke over and over again, like some rude joke about my dad, right? And I don't find it funny. It's not because it's, like, so offensive, although they do say very offensive things, I think, that other people would find offensive. It's not that I find it so incredibly offensive. It's just that I found it so goddamn annoying, right? Hearing the same joke over and over and over again. It's fucking annoying, right? So I told them, I'm like, look, guys, every time you do this, because they're very religious, I'm like, I'm going to blaspheme your God. Like, I'm going to say, you're obviously not getting the point that I don't like hearing this. So each time you say something like that, I'm going to say something terrible about Jesus or, whatever. And I did it last time. They said something. I said something really fucked up about Abraham and Isaac and Jesus' asshole. And they were like, hey, man, you really could tell jokes here. That's not right. I'm like, all right, then chill with the jokes I've been asking you to chill with. It's not funny when it gets turned on somebody else's ideology that they don't like,